Okay. Mm. Hello, y'all. Wait 1 second. Okay. Hey, Boom Music Room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you tonight? I hope you're doing really, really well. I'll give you a blue wrench there. And I am just coming on here. I've been on Brenda Land's, and she had a great live tonight. It was Noni May's birthday. Welcome, Walking the Spirit Zone. I will give you a blue wrench as soon as, okay, let me see. I got to make it called live chat. Okay, got it. I'm going to give you a blue wrench too. And so I've been on Brenda Land's live stream. Most of you know Brenda Land. Red Ruby, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. And so it was Noni May's Way, her birthday. So we were over there celebrating. And I wasn't going to come on tonight because I did a 2-hour live today. And I thought, you know what? I think I'll just go to bed. But I'd already taken my bubble bath. And I thought, I usually follow Brenda. She usually ends at 10. And so I usually come on at 10. And so I thought, maybe I'll just go on for a little bit and see who comes on. And if anybody comes on, you can make some new friends before you go to bed. And so I'm here, and I'm on Grandma's porch, as y'all know, the famous Grandma's porch. I always say they're going to take Grandma's sofa and put it in the Smithsonian somewhere. And so I hope you're all doing really, really well tonight. We have Walking the Spirit Zone, Red Ruby Sky, Boom Music Room. We'll wait and see if some others come on. Sometimes I have a lot of people that come on, and other times not so many, because I'm kind of unpredictable. I've been coming on pretty much every night and every day, but sometimes I don't come on and I skip a couple days, or I skip a day or two or whatever. Because doing lives takes a lot of energy. It may look easy, but it's not all that easy. But it's fun. So, yeah. So I thought, well, come on. I didn't have anything earth shaking to talk about. And, but it's nice to kind of keep with consistency if I can. So, yeah. So I came on, and I'll give out blue wrenches, and I hope that you all are able to connect with each other. you know, we are all beginning to grow again. And that is really, really great. Um, is everybody growing like they did before? Are you starting to grow again? Welcome, Yuri Cohen, and welcome everything, Evang. I'm going to give you both blue wrenches, and you can connect. Um, I highly suggest that if you're going to connect with somebody, you do open up a separate tab so that you can play a video at the same time as being here. And that way, I call it double dipping, where you're watching two at the same time. You're watching my live stream and you are also doing it the organic way where you actually watch a video and you make a comment, you subscribe. And that's really the best way to do it. Oh, you're from Jaylyn. Oh, welcome, welcome, everything. I'm so glad you're here. Jaylyn has a wonderful channel, another wonderful channel. And yeah, so, doing things the right way. I think I was growing at about 250 a day before the purge. I was up to around 13K and they knocked me down 1,000 and now I'm building back up. Well, they knocked me down several times. So, but now I'm building back up and it's not the same climb before. I'm not, getting 250 a day because even with my content, I a lot of people come find me through my content. But even those people, if they don't watch a certain portion enough of the video, let's say they watch, a quarter of the video, that may not be enough to keep them. So, we really, really need to make sure that we're watching enough of the video that person doesn't lose you. And so for me, I probably, I have to say, I'm probably getting, I get about 100 new subscribers now a day, but I only keep about 50. Sometimes it's 35. For a while there, if I got 100, I lost 200. I mean, it was really crazy. And now it's like if I get 100, I keep 50. Oh, thank you, Walking the Spirit Zone. I'm getting ready for bed too. Georgia, USA, everything. Welcome, JSB and everything. Hello, good day. The way from Guam, USA. Oh my goodness, tell me about Guam. I bet it's beautiful there. I bet it's absolutely beautiful. I would love to go to Guam. I would love to see what it's like. I've been to Hawaii, but I've never been to Guam. Never been to Guam. So, yeah, sometimes traveling the world, you see so many places. I lived in Europe for 5 years. My husband and I did. Yuri is from Belgium. And Yuri, I have been to Belgium and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I we lived in Bavaria and we traveled everywhere. We just traveled, traveled, traveled. We had a green pickup truck and a BMW convertible, and we went everywhere. And it was wonderful, wonderful. We loved our years in Europe. Now that's been a long time ago. That was before our children came along, and so now we wouldn't have been able to travel like that before. But it was a season of our life of our lives. Yes, is it very much like Hawaii, JSB? Um, yes, and Yuri, yes, Germany. Yes, I was in. We lived in Bavaria, a little tiny town. No one would ever know of it in Bavaria. I always call it Heidi Land, Heidi territory from the movie. With the cows, and it was beautiful. It was a magical time of our life, and we also lived in Heidelberg. Welcome, Arlette. Welcome, welcome. Let me give you a blue wrench. Gave you a blue wrench there. Let me see here. Okay. And I'm doing good, Arlette. I'm a little tired tonight. I did a 2-hour live today, and y'all know I go to college full time. I'm a full time college student at age 63. I'm 63 years old. Went back to college at age 62 for fun, and I'm a full time college student. And now I take it really, know everything. I have not been to Asia. I would love to. I've been all over Europe and, but not been to Asia. I heard it's beautiful. I love to travel, and my husband wants to travel again, but I also, we did travel the whole United States in our motorhome. When our kids were little, I got, we bought how it happened was I wanted to go buy a travel trailer, and I looked at this little junky travel trailer, and my husband said, we're not going to buy that. So for fun on the weekends with our kids, we were living in Texas. And thank you, Yuri. Thank you. So we went around, we're looking at the campers net, and we stumbled onto motorhomes. And so we bought welcome. Thank you, Chickapee. Thank you. And anyone who wants to share me out, please let me know that you did so I can shout you out. Okay, share out, shout out. I did a video today. If it was my last video, the fastest way to grow is to share out. And when you share out any live stream, almost all the time that the host will shout you out. And also when you share videos out, they'll come back and share you out in most of the time. That's awesome. I love travel adventures. I wish I could be traveling now. Everything. I'm giving you a mod wrench. There you go. There you go. Thank you, everything. Thank you. I take really good care of myself. I exercise. I run 5 miles every day. I juice green juices. I'm vegan. I drink a lot of water. I make sure I'm rested. And I take really, really good care of myself. And I am 63. I was 62 when I started college, back to college. So life, welcome. So at 62, but anyhow, well, let me finish my motorhome story. So we got a motorhome. Welcome, John McDonald and Bon Dia. Welcome. So we're down in Texas, and my husband and I, we saw a motorhome, and it was a 40-foot bounder, essentially like a bus. It was huge. And we bought it. My husband had never driven one before, and we had to drive through Houston, Texas on a Friday night through construction. Oh my gosh, it was terrifying. And Ariel Williams, welcome. Tomahawk Hunts Coins, welcome. There again, if you share me out, please let me know so I can shout you out. So we bought this, and I had to learn to drive it, but it was so big that they required a truck driver's license. So I had to go to the DMV with my 3 little kids and take a truck driver's license test. My kids were perfect angels, and how I passed a truck driver's license test, I have no idea, but I did. So I drove this 40-foot bus, and it wasn't a bus, it was a motorhome, but it felt like driving a bus. Beautiful. And then we sold that one, and we bought a 35-foot different one. Hey, thank you, Brenda, my friend. Thank you. And let me make sure everybody has a blue wrench here. Blue wrench, and I'm going to put Brenda up there in a second. Brenda, are you coming up? Creations, let me give you a wrench. And John, welcome. Let me give you a wrench. If I missed you, let me just put a comment back in. Panisia, welcome. Let me get you a blue wrench. And Brenda, where did Brenda go? There's Brenda. So this is what you do if you want to grow. And I'm going to, yeah, that's right, John. I can. I'm not very well, but I had to get the truck driver's license. Feel It Amin USA, wonderful channel. Let me give you a mod wrench. So I got my truck driver's license, and we drove that. But then we ended up getting a 35-foot bounder when we moved, or 35-foot Winnebago when we got to Georgia. And that was easier to drive. That was gas powered rather than diesel powered. And it had bunk beds for the kids, a bunk bedroom. And then we had our own bedroom, living room, kitchen, and you drove it. And we drove 48 states. And we did Route 66, which was probably welcome concept in colors. Welcome. So we drove 48 states. My favorite trip was Route 66. We did from one end all the way to the West Coast, and to visit my aunt on the West Coast. And we did 48 states in that motorhome. But Route 66, we went on July 4th, And I don't know what state we were in. It was probably Texas, way out in the middle of nowhere. And we would, at night, they were doing fireworks in each of the little towns. And as we drove through each town, my kids and I had the back window of the motorhome open with the screen. And we were watching, laying on the bed, watching the fireworks. And it was such a wonderful memory. Just driving along at night, watching the fireworks with my kids, and my husband was driving. It was awesome. My characters, welcome, welcome, Miles, welcome, welcome. I just turned you blue too. And concept and colors, I think I turned you blue. Ivana, welcome. I'm going to give you a blue wrench. And so I loved my motorhome days. And, that was very different than my Europe days when my husband and I were driving all around Europe. And thank you, everything. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Everything, Evang. Everything, Evang. Thank you. Thank you. And so my friend Brenda Land, she does her lives from about 7:30, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time to about 10. And then I pick up where she left off. And Master Frank World, welcome, welcome. And so make sure you connect with Brenda Land because she has an amazing channel and you will grow on her channel. And she's much better at, I'm not a networking channel, I'm a grandma channel, and she's much better with the networking part of it. Island Girl, welcome, welcome. And so, so we did 48 states, and our kids were little. I homeschooled my children. Wonderful. It was the most magical time of my life. Magical, and just going in the motorhome and homeschooling and stopping at the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. My big experience was driving that motorhome down. There was construction, and I didn't know about the construction. And I had to drive the motorhome 20 miles down a one-lane hill, a one-lane road with cars behind me because it was one lane under construction. I was so terrified. And my husband couldn't take over the wheel at that point because there was no place for us to pull over. And JSB says, my husband and I are planning to move back to the States after my son high school and buy an RV so we can travel. You will love it. You will love, love, love it, JSB. You will love it. George, St. George, South Carolina. You're not that far from me, this trucker's life. You're not that far. We all Southerners down here. Grandma is a Southerner. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but Grandma is a Southerner. Juliet Vlogs, welcome, welcome. So we were going down this steep, oh my gosh, I was terrified. I was just, my hands were so tight on that wheel. And I was going 10 miles an hour, 10 miles. Welcome Cooking with Chef Capitan. 10 miles an hour in this 35-foot motorhome. I'm driving it down the hill. My kids were just quiet as church mice. My husband was silent. And by the time we got down to the bottom of the hill safely, all those cars, I mean, there must have been miles of cars behind me. They passed me. And I'm not going to tell you what the finger that they used, but most of them gave me the finger because I drove so slow down that hill. But I got us there safely, and that's what mattered. When you're driving a big bus like that, you want to do it safely, and I did. Our Texan, welcome, welcome. And so that was our motorhome experiences. Wonderful, wonderful. We went to Key West. We went to California, Disneyland. We went to, oh my gosh, Washington State. What is it? What's the mountain that blew up that time? The mountain that blew up years ago in Washington State. We went there. We went to all the national parks. I mean, we've just had such amazing, amazing journeys. And then before that, when we lived in Europe, we traveled all over. We had a little BMW convertible, and I always say, I got lost on the Autobahn. Long story, we were living in Heidelberg, moving to Bavaria, but I didn't even know our address. I stayed there in Heidelberg 6 months longer than my husband did. Welcome, Barrow boys, welcome. And what happened was my husband and I both had jobs, and his job transferred him to Bavaria. My job kept me in Heidelberg. And so I kept our house there. So we had these, my husband just finally rented a beautiful little Bavarian chalet out in Bavaria. And so I didn't, we didn't have cell phones. We did not have cell phones then because this is in the 90s. And I locked up the house, turned over the keys to the new owner. The phone was disconnected. I was on my way in my little white BMW with the top down on the car. Beautiful day on the Autobahn, headed out to Bavaria to my new home. The problem was neither my husband nor I had cell phones because you didn't have cell phones back then. And I missed my exit and I got lost. And I'm listening to Mick Jagger, Sweet Thing. The song Sweet Thing, and I'm just cruising along on the Autobahn. And then I realized I was lost. I had no idea where I was. And I was headed, I think it was to Czechoslovakia. And I was coming close to the border and I knew I had gone too far. And so I turned around and I kept just turning around and I could not figure out where to go. I stopped, I asked because I spoke some Deutsch, and no one knew where that town was because the town only had 100 people in it. And so it was just awful. So nighttime, I was out, I pulled over, and my husband by then I found out later, had called the Polizei, the police, and reported a missing woman, a missing woman. And all of his friends were going to go out and start looking for me because they couldn't, no one had heard from me. I was supposed to be there 8 hours before that. And I was sitting at a truck stop in my little car and sitting next to a semi, and I was crying. And this truck driver came over and he said, "Can I help you?" He knew I was American. And he said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "I'm lost. No one knows where this town is. Thank you so life. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. As CJ, I'm going to give you a blue wrench." So I went, and he said to me, he said, "Don't you worry. I know where that town is. My brother-in-law used to live there." I had to trust somebody, and I just considered him my angel. So welcome, Jared, welcome. And so I just decided I would follow him. So on the Autobahn in my little white BMW, I'm following this big semi truck for miles and miles and miles. We get off the main road. Um, Thank you. Yes, you're right. He was a good Samaritan. He was an angel in disguise, I think. He was disguised as a truck driver. I've had a lot of angels in my life. Hey, Kelly, welcome, welcome, my friend. Blue wrench for you. So I followed, and we went over farm fields, and Nadria eats good. Welcome, welcome. So we went over farm fields. We went over hill and dale, oh my gosh. And you have to know the roads in Bavaria. A lot of them are dirt roads. And William Pops Newell, my friend. Oh my gosh. Let me get him. Let me get him. William, you ought to come up here with me. You really ought to. Let me get him. Where's he at? This is my friend. You got to go over. You want to watch great content? We're going to talk great content here for a moment, and then I'll go back to my story. You will love William. You will love him. You will love his channel. You will love his content. His content is very professional. And so you are going to love Vern Junk Closet. Hey, my friend. Hey, hey. You are going to love his work. I highly suggest you go over to William Pops Newell's channel. Okay. And you connect there the right way. Open up a separate tab, play his video while you're still over here, but leave some sound on it because it won't count if you mute it. And then you comment, you subscribe, and you connect that way. And he will get back to you. He's wonderful. I've known him quite a while, and he makes amazing content. And I share his content out all the time. So everyone, please share, so I can shout you out. And yeah, he has amazing content. You will love, love, love William. And And William, we were talking, William, when all this purge went on and it affected all of us and all that. I lost about 1,000, and then they kept knocking me down and knocking me down and knocking me down. And now I'm growing again, William. And it's a matter, I was growing at about 250 a day before the purge. Now, if I gain 100, I keep about 50 now, maybe 35. You're not going to keep them all. You're not going to keep them all. You're going to keep some, but some is better than none. But there again, William and I rely on our content. We rely on our content. And, I don't care how many growth channels you go to, how many networking channels you go to. Let's try to get Kelly Huff to her 1K, everybody. Kelly Huff is only 15 away from 1K. Kelly Huff. And Kelly, drop your link. Make sure your link is in there, Kelly. And so, we rely on our content, because no one is going to stay on your channel, even if they subscribe to you, if you do not have great content or good content. And I'm not talking about, all of us can't be a William Newell. His content is very technical, savvy. He knows how to do it. I don't know how to do it, but his content's fabulous. And I'm not technically savvy, but I have great content too, in a different kind of way. And so the fact that, his content it speaks for itself. And so my content speaks for itself. You have to have content. Barrow Boy Woods has great content. So many have great content here. And Brenda Land's channel, she does the live streams, and they're amazing. If you have to have something that's going to want to keep people there. And if you don't, they're going to disappear. So you may, get new subscribers, but what good are they? And so you really have to focus on your content. So William's content is amazing. Okay, it's amazing. See, everything says, Sir William, I love your videos. Your cinematography is lovely and professional. Dia, thanks for referring Sir William. Absolutely. AJ Warraz, welcome, welcome. I'm going to give you a blue wrench. And so, learn from William. You want to make great content, and study what William does. Now, I'm not going to be technically savvy like William, but he proves to you that content is so important. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. And I do that too, AJ. I multitask. And so, there's so many great channels that I'm connected to, and you all need to really, really connect with each other. And so your content, and you've got to keep out there, your content, your tagging, your titles. I put content out constantly. I do it because that's what I do. I would do it even if no one watched it, because I did my content originally for my children, so they would have a running dialogue of mommy's wisdom. I don't give suggestions. I don't give, Kelly, can someone explain to Kelly in the chat box how to drop her link? She doesn't know how to drop her link. You can cut and paste your link to your channel, and there's 3 little dots up at the side. You cut and paste, and then you copy it, and then you can drop it in there. Yes, he does. Yes, he does really, really wonderful videos. Everything, Evang, everything. Yes, yes. Yes, you may, CJ. We're doing it very respectfully with the link dropping, as long as it doesn't flood. Some people come on and they put it 10 times, one right after the other, and we can't do that, But if we do it in the right way, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm not a growth channel. I'm a grandma channel. I just let everybody grow while they're here. Okay. And, when you share me out, I shout you out. And that's the biggest way you will grow. Super Dave, another great channel. Welcome, welcome, Super Dave, my friend, my friend. Here is Super Dave. And, what people don't realize, and I did the whole video, if y'all haven't watched it, go back and watch it on my channel. I just put it out. It's called The Fastest Way to Grow Your Channel. The fastest way to grow your channel, besides having great content, to grow your channel, you share people out. And if it's a video, after you've shared it out, like what William does and what I do. We go to each other's channel, we share each other out, and then we let each other know that we shared each other out by making a comment. I shared you out. Then we go automatically to each other's channel and share the next video that each other puts out. And you will grow because you expose yourself that way to so many more people than you would if you're in your own pond. And so William and I do that. And then if you go on a live stream, you share the host out because they have no way to grow. They're in their own pond. You don't grow in your own pond. Okay. You all will grow in my pond, but I can't grow in my own pond. So the only way I'm going to grow in my own pond is for you to share me out. And that's a thank you to me for doing the live streams. So when you do this is the magic of it. Okay. This is the magic. When you share out, something magical happens. All of a sudden, you get shouted out. Like William, he's up here. Look, William Pops Newell. He liked and shared. He shared me out. So he's getting all this wonderful attention that he deserves. And so you will grow when you share out. So, but you have, the secret. You have to go back into there and tell everyone, or tell the host that you shared them out, because they'll have no way of knowing. Now, here comes Vern. Here comes Vern. Let me get Vern. Vern, I can't grab you there. Why am I not grabbing you? Okay, let me see. So Vern knows the secret too. So some of my friends really know the secret, like Brenda, Vegan, William, Vern. When you share someone out, they are happy to always see you. Okay, when I can tell you, when I go into a stream, as soon as I drop my link, the first thing, Diana Brienne's here. Diana Brienne's here. Everybody go to Diana Brienne. Go to Diana Brienne. And you know why? Because I share them out and they know it. They know the first thing I'm going to do when I get there is share them out. They know me. I am known by probably a couple hundred channels that know me because they know that I share them out. And so I get all this attention. And that was how I grew. But so many people don't want to do it. They think, well, it's going to take something from me. You know, I don't want to share them out. What if they grow more than me? Well, you know what? I'm happy when you all grow. I want you all to grow. Yuri says, William, I just love your content. It's captivating. Absolutely. And please check out Vern's Junk Closet. She has a very special channel and you will grow there. You will grow. She does it very unique. Everything Evang, yes, I am using StreamYard. This is the way I work with StreamYard, okay? I'm very, very careful how I let people up. And I'm going to tell you why. I got porned. And the porn people are really smart now. They're really smart. They screenshot people and they come up as somebody that's already in your chat. And it's not them. It's not them. So this is the thing. I have to see movement. And usually you'll sit in the little box in the StreamYard green room for a little bit before I let you up. I have to see movement because Brenda, I went on Brenda's stream and I said, now, Brenda, make sure you see movement in the box. So this person came on and they were smart. They didn't put a picture up. Okay, because I don't take people with pictures, not even somebody I know. Has to be movement. Well, a man came on and he did movement for Brenda. But remember, he wasn't up on screen yet. He was in the little box. Okay, so nobody out there had seen him. And as soon as she brought him up, he went and he porned the channel. Okay, he did. He porned. Okay, oh, Skya channel, let me get you here. I'm sorry I didn't get you there. There you go. There you go. He porned the channel. And what he did, but he turned his face really quick when he came up. So when she pulled him up, that's what happened. And so what happened to me was even kind of worse because when they came up, it was close-up shot. And so I had to delete the whole stream. So the way I do it now is I have to I kind of study that little box when I first bring it up. Now, if it's somebody I know, like if Vernon comes up, I know what she looks like. I know who she is. So it's not going to take her long. But if it's somebody that I have never had up before, I'm going to study the box. And if it's somebody that comes up with a photo, I don't care if I know them, I don't bring them up because of the screenshots that they're doing now. And so you have to be very, very careful on StreamYard. Very, very careful. Minivan Mike, hello, hello. I think Minivan, weren't you on my live stream today? I did a live stream for 2 hours, and I'm worn out tonight. I did one earlier today. Over 50 and fabulous. Welcome, welcome. And so I'm pretty worn out tonight, but I wanted to come on because Brenda was on and we did a happy birthday for Noni Mae's Way. And I thought, you know what? I might as well just go ahead and come on. Hey, computer chick, I'm going to give you a mod wrench. So back to my motorhome story. So we traveled all over. That was wonderful. I know the story. The BMW was lost. I followed the truck driver. He got me to Bavaria. He got me to my little town. It was a little farm town, a little farm village. And there was my husband with the Polizei and all of his friends. And the Polizei's lights were flashing out in front of our little Bavarian house. And there I'm coming behind this big semi truck on these little roads at that point. And the truck driver looked out of his window. He slowed down and he said, Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, which means goodbye. And I waved and I thanked him. And so I pulled up and my husband ran out and he said, I thought something really awful happened to you. I said, it did. I got lost. So I made it safely to Bavaria. So Mick Jagger's Sweet Thing, I still love that song to this day. I got lost on the Autobahn because I was just cruising with Mick Jagger's Sweet Thing, and I always say Mick Jagger got me lost on the Autobahn. And so, we had so many experiences in Europe, so many amazing experiences. Like the time we almost got robbed in the middle of the night in front of the Colosseum. We had pulled our green pickup truck and we got there late into Rome and we were sleeping in the back of our pickup truck and it had one of those caps on the back. So in the middle of the night, we had rented one of those little scooters, you go around in Rome, and I was holding on to my husband. He had a couple beers, so he didn't want to drive and I didn't want to drive in Rome. So we slept in back of the truck. And so we slept in back of the truck and in the middle of the night, these bandits come knocking on our window and they're laughing and they're going to do something. We didn't know it. My husband, he was sound asleep. So I didn't know what to do. So I started acting like a crazy woman. And I just started shouting in Deutsch. Even though they weren't Deutsch, they could understand it. And I acted crazy. And finally, they got a little scared. And so they left us alone. We took off. I woke my husband up. I said, we're getting out of here. By that, it was like 4:30 in the morning. And we took our truck and we parked down by the Vatican. We went to the Vatican and we waited for the doors to open to the Vatican. And I remember having a little cup of that real strong coffee out near the Vatican. And not on the Vatican property, but it was a little shop nearby. And so we walked over there and they wouldn't let my husband in because he had shorts on and you had to have pants if you were a man. So he had to go back to the truck and change his clothes. Ronnie's YouTubers, welcome, welcome. And Mei Yang, welcome, welcome. So life is a lot of experiences. And I always tell my husband, life is about seasons. Embrace the season you're in because it'll pass and you won't have those opportunities again. And I was the one that wanted to travel all the time. And yes, absolutely everything. You may drop your link. And so I went and we just traveled. We traveled all over different countries and I just loved it. I loved it all. I really did. And so seasons of your life, you're not going to cross back that way again. When my children were little, I was a stay-at-home mom. We lived on the beach. I used to put my kids in a little red rider wagon, the one I have on the front porch. If you notice in the beginning of my videos, when we're coming up the driveway and the leaves are falling, and then I show my front porch, there's a little red rider wagon there. It's got flowers in it, and you'll see it if you look closely. And my kids, all three were so small, they fit in that little red rider wagon. I'd pull them on the beach and we would feed the seagulls every single day. And that was the most magical time. So magical. Thank you. Thank you, everything. Thank you for doing that. And so, the thing is that whatever season of life you're in, embrace it. I'm 63. I've had a lot of seasons behind me, but you know what? I'm fully, fully embracing this season. I decided to go to college, and I'm in college. I'm a 63-year-old college student. Welcome, welcome, clocks, welcome. And Princess Gilan, welcome, welcome. So I am a 63-year-old college student. My kids are three young adults. They live at home. Well, two live at home. My daughter lives down the street. And I have a husband. I run every day and I enjoy my life. I enjoy my life. Hi, Cody. Let me give you a blue wrench here. And so, you want to enjoy your life. You want to enjoy what it is that you're doing. And that's what you want to do. Thank you, Cloaks. Thank you. Yeah. And so life goes by quickly. I can tell you, yesterday, it seems like I was 22 years old living in Hollywood. And I was 22. And it seems like yesterday. Where did the time go? I came from a small southern town and I talk like this. And I moved out to Hollywood because I wanted to live in Hollywood. I was more like Ellie Mae goes to Hollywood, Ellie Mae Clampett. And I got out there, and long story short, I ended up working in a very prestigious LA area place, very well known. And I met at a very young age. Had me a boyfriend I call him Young Doctor in Love. He was about 3 years older than me. I think I was 22, and he was a young intern, surgical intern, and he was my boyfriend. And so we were together and for several years. And I had I met a lot of very famous and interesting people who ended up getting me little parts in TV shows. Yes, Chickapino. I love life now. I think this is the best. Well, they're all my seasons have been the best because they're all different. Don't compare one season to the other because they're all unique. They all have challenges and they all have blessings. And each season is different. So I never compare my seasons. They're all uniquely beautiful and all uniquely different. And challenges in each one, challenges. And so I met a lot of very interesting people, and I got little tiny parts in different TV shows. Tiny parts, nothing. Some major TV shows though, major when you'd recognize them right away. Back in the early '80s, Trucker Tim, welcome, welcome. A lot of major TV shows, but they were small parts, itty bitty parts. They weren't nothing to write home about, and I had a great time. A great time. So that was my early 20s, And I ended up at the famous mansion. You all know that famous mansion. I'm not going to tell you which one it is if you don't know what famous mansion it is. But I ended up there. I was like 22 years old. I had a little old, even though my young doctor in love, he had an old Porsche and it was a stick shift, so I couldn't really drive it. But I had a little old blue car and it was a $450 car. And I remember going up to the mansion and I had to talk into this rock and it was like a security camera and my car started rolling down the hill. And my little old car, my little old blue car, welcome, Angel, welcome. My little old blue car, the valet parkers, this was a real mansion, but they had valet parkers because it was a party that night. And they took my car and they parked it between my little old banged up $450 blue car. It was a little blue 1972 Mazda and didn't have air conditioning, didn't the radio didn't work. And they took it and they nicely parked it between a Rolls Royce and a Ferrari. And one of my girlfriends on one occasion went with me and I couldn't find her. And so there was a bathroom there. And once we were in there, and she spent like 30 minutes there, she was fascinated by the toilet. The toilet like had water that you pulled a chain and the water came down from this chain. I mean, it was really, really something. Um, yeah, absolutely, William. Absolutely. Absolutely. William says, if Diana Brienne Fairchild is grandma, I am grandpa at 64. We are young at heart and love everyone. Absolutely. That's why I say you are going to love, love, love William's channel. He's my friend. He's my buddy. He's my buddy. And Angel, I think I made you blue. Let me go back and check. If you did, let me see. Did I make you blue? Yeah, I did. I did. And so then, I married my husband and different, not young doctor in love. There's, young doctor in love and I broke up. I broke it up. I was young, I didn't, I was not ready to get married. And Maureen, welcome, welcome. So I ended up moving to Palm Springs, California. Long story short, I was still working in LA. I have so many stories. So I would drive into LA a couple times a week. I would usually spend a night there and then 2 nights. And I'd work kind of like 2 days in a row, go back to Palm Springs and then go back in. Well, it was 120 some degrees one summer in Palm Springs. And I was coming up over the hill. My girlfriend was riding in with me into LA and I had a new car, but it was so hot that one of the hoses blew. And we didn't have cell phones back then. And we had to pull over. And so this truck driver pulled over to help us. Well, there we are climbing up in this. We had no choice. We could, bake out there. So we got into the truck drivers and he left us up. He took us to the Dinosaur. I don't know how many of y'all know that Dinosaur Cafe out in, I don't know where it is. It's near Palm Springs, but it's not Palm Springs. It's along the road. It's a truck stop. So he dropped us off there. And so I called the tow truck company. Everything says I married my 65-year-old husband at 26. What works is what works. And, you have to find what works for you, not what works for somebody else, but what works for you. And so we're at this. I remember I had a nice piece of pie. Oh, the pie was so good at that truck stop. So the tow truck driver came. So we get into my girlfriend and I get into the tow truck with the tow truck driver to go back to the car from the Dinosaur Inn, the Dinosaur Cafe with the big dinosaurs, the big fake, they're huge dinosaurs. And all of a sudden we see police cars behind us chasing the tow truck. And the tow truck began to speed with us in it. He wouldn't stop for the police. So now we had police chasing us with, and we're in the tow truck and we had no idea what was going on. Finally, they cornered the tow truck. Police helped us down out of the tow truck. They arrested the tow truck driver. So back to the Dinosaur and the police took us. Finally, I had another boyfriend who owned a big car dealership. And so he came and he had the car towed and he picked us up and took us back. So what an exciting, interesting life I've had. The tow truck driver. I don't know what it is. Moncho Japan, welcome, welcome. Give you a blue wrench here. So, and then when I was about, how old was I? I was 19. I just got to California before Young Doctor in Love. I was going to nursing school and I had an apartment, and I had that $450 blue car, and I can't remember if I had a flat tire or what happened, but I called the tow company, and they came and took the fixed the tire. But the tow truck driver liked me, and I never forget, his name was Frank. And so um, so anyhow, he wanted a date, and I said, well, maybe, but I don't know. So anyhow, that night, back then you left your windows open because we didn't have air conditioning back then. I mean, not at that point in that apartment. And so, in the middle of the night, I heard somebody climbing through my kitchen window. So I ran out, and I had a broom, and I saw one leg coming over. So I started whacking this, whoever this was, with the broom. And, um, and so, um, it turned out to be, it was tow truck Frank. So he came around to the door and was knocking on the door, and he said, I just wanted a date. I said, I don't think so. I don't think so. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, life, everybody has their stories. We all have our stories. We all have our stories. All of us do. And I love to hear other people's stories, and I share mine. I do. I do. I hope you're all connecting. Not going to be on here real long tonight because I am tired tonight. War series, thank you. And so, yeah, everybody has their stories in life, and your stories are special, and no one else's stories are better or less than. Um, Better or less than. We all have our stories. We all have our stories. And thank you, Maureen. Thank you. Thank you, Maureen Gamora. Yeah, and so, just enjoy your life. Enjoy your life, and enjoy what it is that you're doing. And I always say, don't rush life, because where are you rushing? It's just a journey. Yes, absolutely. We all have stories which we hold dear. We really do. And I grew up with grandma. I had a wonderful family, and I had a wonderful, wonderful family. I had a big family. Oh my gosh. I had one of those extended families and friends and relatives, and we all sat on grandma's porch, and like y'all doing with me right now. And we just talk. We didn't watch TV back then because we only had one channel, and it had rabbit ears. And we just talked. That's what people did. Welcome, just like Marie. Welcome. I'm going to give you a mod wrench. And thank you, everything you think. Thank you. And, I think that today people are so addicted to virtual games and social media. Lily's Crochet. Thank you, my wonderful friend. Please check Vern's Junk Closet out. Please check Vern's Junk Closet out. My friend Lily, welcome, welcome, Lily. Thank you for sharing me out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everyone, please check out Lily's Crochet, Lisa. And yeah, rabbit ears. I love rabbit ears. I'm going to tell you a little story. Um, we don't watch much TV, but right now we have cable because my kids like this. My kids do like the sports, and my husband likes Golfing Channel. But after the season's over, we drop it. And I have these rabbit ears. Um, um, I have rabbit ears, and I have rabbit ears, and what I do is I have rabbit ears, and so um, rabbit ears work wonderful. We get like 30 channels with rabbit ears. We do. We do. And so, yeah, I like rabbit ears. I really, really do. Everything, Yvang, you're doing a great job. And rabbit ears work wonderful. They really, really do. They're not going to be as good as cable, but they're free. And so, growing up, I knew rabbit ears. Well, we don't have them right now, but we do have them. And the best rabbit ears actually come from Big Lots, and they're like a little black piece of plastic you put in the window, and they actually get very, very good channels. They really do. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you. I hope you're all connecting with each other. I really, really do. Yeah. So if you want to, for people who don't want to spend a lot of money on cable, um, we don't live near a big city. Um, we don't live near a big city. Um, and so what we do is but even without living near a big city, we get like 30 channels with rabbit ears, and you just have to kind of move them around a little bit. I don't know what start channel is, Trucker. I don't know what that is. So, I love to save money. I mean, I'm very frugal in a good way. I'm very generous, but I'm very frugal. I don't like to throw money away. And so for me, rabbit ears are just a perfect way. Why, for $10, you get a set of rabbit ears. Um, they're great. Thank you, Marie. I'm doing good. I'm a little tired tonight. I, I did a, um, I did a live today, and it was really I was on about 2 hours, and I thought, well, I'm going to come on tonight. MJO channel, welcome, welcome, my friend. Now there's another channel, fabulous channel. You will love MJO's channel. She make sure you check her out. She probably will be on tonight because usually she comes on roughly around 11 o'clock, 11:30, I think. She will be on. You will love, love, love her channel. She has a wonderful channel. It's inspirational, but it's a networking channel. So you're going to really love her channel, MJO channel. And but there's a lot of ways, like rabbit ears are just a great way. You can get a lot of great, you can get all your main, like we get ABC, NBC, CBS. We don't get like stuff like the Food Network, but a lot of that you can get online. I don't watch much TV, so it doesn't really matter to me. And I get my news online. Grit is a good It's a good channel, and you know what my favorite channel is. And we do have on a couple of the TVs. We have the rabbit ears up. My favorite channel is the Me channel with all the old TV shows. Thank you, Ebang. Um, I really don't, Moncho. I really don't watch. I don't even know what a Fire Stick is. I don't really know what it is, but I love Me TV. I love me. You know what I do? Um, thank you, Princess. Thank you, Princess Jillian. Thank you. I love old TV shows from the 50s and some from the 60s. I watch like craft theaters. I watch the ones that, back in the 50s and even the late 40s, there were real TV shows with real storylines. Today, I can't, to me, I just don't watch what's on TV. I don't like to watch what's on TV. I like to watch the old shows. I sit up on the Me channel. Probably after this, I'll watch Perry Mason. I love Perry Mason. I love all those old shows. So I watch all these old shows on TV, the black and white shows. I grew up on black and white soap operas, you know, with the organ music, the old soap operas, and I just love them. Dick Van Dyke, absolutely. Absolutely. I love the Dick Van Dyke Show. And I had two babysitters, and it was a husband and a wife. They were like grandparents to me, and I was 6 years old. And they watched The Honeymooners and Hee Haw. And I still to this day, I love The Honeymooners, the old black and white Honeymooners and Hee Haw. Mary Tyler Moore, yeah, wonderful show. Wonderful. The only thing I didn't like about Mary Tyler Moore is that her show booted off Petticoat Junction. And Petticoat Junction, I loved Petticoat Junction. Petticoat Junction, Green Acres, the Beverly Hillbillies, and Bonanza and Gunsmoke. I love, love, love. Yes, honey. Okay. 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 Go ahead. Okay. Love you. Bewitched. I loved Bewitched, the Carol Burnett show. Now, on the Me channel, they do play the Carol Burnett show. They do play it. Lucille Ball, all of her shows. I loved her shows. And, you know, I remember with my grandpa, when I got kind of a little tired of sitting in the kitchen with grandma, I would go into the living room, and grandpa, for some reason, even though they lived down in like a little valley, there was 10 little houses by the railroad track out in the country. They got two channels with rabbit ears, but we only got one. So he got CBS, and I would watch the Lucille Ball show come on at 8:30, and then Gunsmoke. And I would watch Gunsmoke with him. Gunsmoke. He loved the westerns. He loved the westerns, and he had to turn it up real loud because he couldn't hear. And grandma didn't like that. Grandma didn't like that TV up turned real loud. Happy Days. I remember Happy Days. Absolutely. And you know, it's like I just love the old shows. Over 50 says Andy Griffith Show. Another wonderful, wonderful show. The wall. Oh, you know what? Over 50, we have the whole nine series DVDs of the Waltons, and we've been watching it. We're in season 1 right now, but we have all 9 seasons. Laverne and Shirley, great, great, great show. When my kids were little, we watched all 9 seasons of Touched by an Angel. Touched by an Angel. We loved, yes, on the Me Channel, Andy Griffin Show on the Me Channel. And so we watched Touched by an Angel. Every single episode we watched. Loved Bonanza. I grew up on Bonanza. I remember sitting on the floor with my brother watching. We can't drop live streams into. We can't do that in here. Everything Evan, we can't do that. There's some kind of YouTube policy where we can't do that. But the thing about it was, I loved sitting on the floor with my brother, and then he would watch craft theater. And then on Saturday nights, my cousin, she lived up on a big hill, and she got 13 channels. And on channel 13 came Chilly Willy. And they would have all the old horror flicks. And oh, I just love to go up and watch Chilly Willy on a Saturday night, Chiller Theater. And that was on channel 13, because she got all those channels because she lived on top of the hill, and we only got one channel. Yep. And I remember party lines. We had party lines when I was growing up. And yeah, we did. We had party lines. And what else did we have? Party lines, rabbit ears. Touched by an Angel, Trucker Tim. It was a wonderful show. And I have all the DVDs to it, to Touched by an Angel. I have all the DVDs to the Waltons. We watched all 9 seasons of Little House on the Prairie. And we did that about 2 years ago. My favorite book ever, besides the Bible, of course, my favorite book is A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. And it's a story about a little girl around early 1900s that lives in a poor part of Brooklyn. And let me tell you, I read it first in high school. Thank you, Marie. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Wonderful, wonderful show. They actually have the movie. It's a 1942 movie in black and white on here on YouTube for free. Just look it up. Look up A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Okay. You will love it. And the other movie I really liked was it's different than that. Welcome, Ruthie. Welcome. I'll make you blue. The other movie I really liked was Tobacco Road, and it's on YouTube for free. A lot of good old movies and entirety for free. And the classic, it's a mad, 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 mad world. You will love it. Bye bye, Marie. Thank you. Thank you. Derek, I'm going to give you a blue wrench. There you go. Yeah. So look up It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. It's so funny. I mean, I laugh to this day from It's a Mad World. You will love it. You will love it. So many good shows, but I just don't watch what's on TV now. I really don't. I don't watch the news much, to be honest. It's just so disheartening to watch the news. I keep up with it. I know what's going on, but I don't dwell in it. You know, it would take all my energy from me, and I don't do that. Too much negativity. Because most of it I can't do anything about, you know, and it's just the way it is. Thank you, everything, Evang. I appreciate you, and I thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much, my friend, and please come back. The Vikings Vault. Welcome, welcome. And let's see what else. Um, I don't think we can drop. There's certain things we can't drop. We can drop a video link. I think we can drop our channel link, but I don't think we can drop. Um, I'm not sure about that, Derek, because they're just getting really, really. Yes, yes, Trucker Tim. I do know that. Yeah. Eddie Van Halen. Yeah, I think I met him once. Thank you, everything. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I believe I met him and Valerie Bertinelli when they were very, very young when I lived in LA. I met a lot of people and, but I do believe I met him. Ava Marie, welcome, welcome. I met a lot of people back then, a lot of people. It was an interesting time of my life. Very different than the life grandma lives now. And I love my life now. This is the best life gets. I love my kids. I love my life. And yeah, but I did meet a lot of interesting people. I'm not going to drop names or anything like that, but that was a different time of my life. I was very young and, I was very young living in LA. I wasn't from LA. I was from a southern town, but I had just moved there and I just met a lot of people, and it was a very interesting time, very interesting. So, yeah, I hope you're all connecting. I really do. So, I'm probably not going to be on here too much longer. I am getting ready to go to bed. I'm going to answer comments tonight. I always answer comments before I go to bed. And I've already had my bubble bath. And I am, I did a live today. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow or not because I've been on every single day and I'm probably going to take tomorrow off. I might come on, I don't know. I wasn't on Touched by an Angel, Trucker Tim. That show I was not on. I was on a lot of different TV shows, but I wasn't on Touched by an Angel. But I believe in angels. I'm a very, very big. I very much believe in angels, and I've had my own experiences with what I believe were angels. And um, I'm very big. I believe in angels. I really, really do. I believe in the divine. I believe in God. I believe in divine connections. I believe in divine timing. I believe that there are certain people that are meant to be in our lives to help us complete our divine assignments. And oh yeah, oh yes, Trucker Tim, absolutely. She was in the last 2 or 3 seasons, and you know what? I loved her. I loved her. You know, my favorite one, Trucker Tim, my favorite one was where um, the main character was the building blew up, and the main character was so saddened and so upset um, that Monica, the angel, that she walked away, and the devil picked her up in a black Mercedes and took her off. And that was my favorite one. It was kind of spooky, kind of scary, you know. And but then, of course, she turned away from the devil. She never went with the devil. She just took a ride with him. And then um, I think it was a two-parter, if I remember. And then she, went back to God, and then at the end, my second favorite was the very ending, the finale, where she got promoted to, I can't remember what she got promoted to, but she had to say goodbye. And if you look on YouTube, it's the last scene in the whole thing where she rides down the road in the big red convertible that they always used. Oh, it was wonderful. She said goodbye to Della Reese. It was just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show. I loved it. Yeah, with I know you're talking about the singer, right? She was on several of them, several of them. Thank you, Soul Life. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Yuri. I've always believed in angels. I've always believed in angels, and I believe in divine connections and divine timing, and I believe in all of that. I do. I do. Well, thank you all. Let me see if Gina Payne is on. Let me see if she's still on. Can you all hold on a second? And if Gina is on, we're going to go over to her channel. Um, let me see if she's on tonight. This computer is rather slow because let me see if she's on, if she's doing her live. I don't know if she's doing her live, but let me look. Let me look. Let me look. No, she is not. She is not. Okay, so let me see if I can find somebody that I know. It has to be somebody I know. Um, let me see. I don't see anybody. I'm looking, 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 looking. Normally, what we do is we raid a channel, we go and we all show up, and you all tell them that you're from my channel. But let me just go here one more place, and let's see, let's see, let's see. I'm looking, 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 looking. Um, okay, is anybody going on right now? Anybody, any of you going on right after me? Anybody here? Let me see if MTO is up. She may be on. Let me go look. MTO. Let me see if she's up. Let me see if she's on. Okay, no, she's not on either. Okay, I don't see anybody on. Um, I don't see anybody on that I know right now. So I'm going to call it a night. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. You've all been amazing and wonderful. And I thank you. And may God bless you. And may God's favor be with you. And may you have a wonderful weekend. And I have to put my glasses back on. And thank you, Angel. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you, Trucker Chin. Thank you, everybody. Lily, Yuri, Ronnie, everyone here tonight. I thank all of you. And so will I come on tomorrow? Oh, William, we love you. Everybody loves you, William Pops Newell. Thank you so much. And, keep the faith. You will grow again. You will grow again. But make sure it's through your content. And if you make great content, the people will come one way or the other. They'll come. So may God bless y'all. And thank you again for being here. So from my house to your house, I will talk to y'all soon again. Good night.